It's all the little things that add up over time that create the bigger picture, as they talk about. And I truly believe that when it comes to frugal living, it might only be a little thing here or there, a little small change or a little different direction of something, but they all add up. So this video, what I did is I wrote down every single time I do something that's frugal, and I am very surprised at how many things that I've done. What I did is I wrote down manually on a piece of paper. Some things I had a video of, some is older footage just to help give you a picture. Some people are visual learners, some people like listening to things. And so over this video, you will see me repeating a couple of things. I didn't count them if they were a repeat, but sometimes I put a bit of a visual in there just to show you how my day flows. And then at the end, I'll talk about adding everything up. So let's have a look at all the things that I do, and maybe you can keep account yourself if you do these things. And if you have any extra that I have forgotten, drop them down below. No doubt there are some that I did during the week that I forgot, because like I said before, frugal living to us is just daily living and habits. So let's have a look.
I do coffee every morning at home, and it's just instant Nescafe Gold. It's what I like. Cold drinking chocolate to make myself a mocha. Sometimes I'll have breakfast, depends how I'm feeling. The Thursdays I will actually make my son a little wrap and put it in the fridge so I know he's got something good. Not that he'd leave the house to go buy anything, but I know it's there, and I've packed my own lunch. I have an app that runs constantly on my phone called My Drive Hero, and it just tracks my journeys. It automatically knows when the car starts and stops, so I can earn a little bit of money with all the driving that I need to do. It just banks all the trips, and then I can sit there and collect it at the end of the day. Of course, as I'm driving, I'm listening to an audiobook, which I get from BorrowBox. It's free from your library. I, of course, teach my little Zumba class, and I make sure I fill up my drink bottle from the fountain that's there, because that's free. And I'll have a shower. Why not? It's there, it's free, and then I am clean and fresh. I will go to Foodland afterwards if I've got time and have a look for any markdowns. Today I didn't have anything, and I'll stop at the petrol station because Thursdays is the day I get cheap petrol. I'll also go inside and have a look for any food that is marked down because it's usually really good value. I go to bingo with my mum on Thursdays, and I have my own pocket money that I use to pay for it, so I don't buy anything else, but actually my wins go back into this little envelope and it keeps ticking over every week, so it doesn't usually cost me anything out of pocket. My mum will usually pack snacks or anything as well, so there's extra food if we need it, and I drink water because I enjoy it, but also because it's free. We will do a little food shopping afterwards, and I will always have a look at what the markdowns there, but I bought nothing today because I don't actually have a Flybuys deal. I've done the shopping for the week, so I saved myself there. I noticed that you can recycle your batteries, so I'm going to add that to the memory to deal with later. And then I sat in the car and ate the leftover sandwiches that we didn't have while my mum finished her shopping. Dropped some things at Savers to recycle. I did have a look at the plastic containers. I didn't get anything though, and once we are home to cook dinner, I'm doing a little bit of a use it up challenge, so I spent a bit of time through the freezer finding a few goodies. In the evenings I will go for a walk because it is free, and also just trying to add on some extra exercise. And I'll also pick up any loose cans and bottles that I find along the way, and I've been collecting them and then cashing them in at the end of the month, which you'll see coming up. In the evening I usually just sit and watch YouTube, or I will watch videos that I have got from the library, so I've just added that in there. Friday is here, and what I do is set the dishwasher on before I leave the house, and I only run it during the day, so that saves because we have solar, so that helps. I go and teach a Zumba class, and often on a Friday is the day that I'll pick up anything from the Buy Nothing group that I have. Today I got this gorgeous blanket. When I'm home from Zumba, I will have a glow shake. This one was sent to me from the Collagen Company for a review, which I did, and I'm still going through it. I've got a whole lot of other bags and flavors that I love, so that's really good. for those of you who've been following for a while will know that my headphones are currently broken, and I've been doing quite a lot of research about how to replace them. So working from home means it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but it is what it is. So being procrastinating saves me money. Saturday is here. I've taught my Zumba class and I have filled up my drink bottle as per usual. I just didn't count it because I've already counted it once. And of course I use my car shade wherever I go, anywhere, because it just helps keep the car a little bit cooler. I cashed in all of the cans and bottles, so I've got a little bit of money. And then I go to the fruit and veg shop and I stock up because they have some amazing prices, so that is super handy. I use the money from the cans to pay for said groceries, and I also take my own shopping bag there, or they charge me for it. South Australia was the first state to start charging for shopping bags, so if we ever travelled interstate for anything, we'd go, oh yes, I forgot, I'm not home. So we'd always say yes to a bag because we could bring plastic bags back. But now I think just about everyone charges for bags. I do some food prep when I'm back of the fruit and veggies to make sure that we can look after everything, and I will freeze anything that I can. I also will freeze the ends of strawberries or anything else like the stalks of the broccoli to save for later and then use for other purposes. On the way home, I stopped off at BWS because I'm always having a look in there to see if there's any discounts on things that we use, but also I can get cashbacks on the receipts that I upload to Smartspotter, and I'll leave a link down below. So basically those drinks were free when I got the cash back. I will shower on a Saturday and I use all the products I've got from PR or anything really cheap. I'm doing Project Pam right now and I only use small amounts, so it does take me quite a while to go through products as well, so I'm quite frugal. I will also add water to products, which I forgot to mention. I'll usually give myself a little bit of a haircut as well, and then if we have a dessert that evening, I try and do a bit of a use it up, which I've done with these Oreo cookies. I help with a bread run every other week, so I was blessed with a few bits and pieces this week, and because I want to be a good neighbor and I really like the people across the road, I take them some bread. I figure being a good neighbor is being frugal because they are quite helpful if I ever need anything. I'm rewarded as well doing the bread run. They give me a free drink. I don't drink alcohol, so I always just take a Coke, and there's usually snacks or nibbles that are there, which also means by the time I get home, I'm happy with a small amount of leftovers because I'm not very hungry, which works really well. Sunday is here and it is going to be a super hot day today, and although we do have an air conditioner, sometimes we try and hold off using it and we will use a fan instead because it's just a lot cheaper. And also if we do run the aircon, then it just helps to circulate the air through the house. I'll often sit on a Sunday morning and just veg out on YouTube and just watch some of the creators and check out anything else that's online. The neighbor came and gave us some food that we had, some pumpkin and some potatoes and some bread there, so I gratefully accepted those, and then I prepped those to freeze so we could use them later in another meal. I also made up some own milk. I was running low on our regular milk. I wanted to save that for coffee, so I made some of this powdered milk because then I can use that in the breakfast things that I need coming up. Using the hot dog rolls that our other neighbour gave us, not the one I gave the bread to. Sometimes people in the street they're just handing things out to people, which is really good. So I was making French toast with that, so use it up. And then I started boiling some eggs so we can have some things ready for lunch during the week. Just getting the French toast here ready, and that fills up our tummies. And of course, freezing anything that we have spare left over for down the track. I keep saying I'm going to get around to things, but I don't always, so at least being able to throw it in the freezer, I know it's there when I need it. I was able to use all of that milk, which was really handy because we have run out of regular milk, and I am avoiding going to the shops, which is one thing that I didn't add in here in a number, but you can add that to the list. I made some pancakes, and as I mentioned in a vlog, I accidentally used the wrong flour, so they were a little bit flat, but they still got eaten because my daughter said they were delicious. And we had some for snacks as well, so that helps with food during the week. Sundays is my day that I love to do homemaking. So of course I've stripped and washed the bed, and then we hang out the washing, and I use the outside line because I'm Australian. It's also cheaper. It's what I do. I had some markdown milk that cream that I got, I cannot remember when. So I am turning that into butter, and then I will freeze the buttermilk and also freeze the butter for later on. Butter I find only lasts in our fridge about 4 or 5 days before it starts going moldy, so I just freeze it because it is cheaper for me to use the butter to make cookies rather than just using the butter for our toast and things like that. Sunday night is when I will sit down and I will scan in all of the receipts from the shopping that week. I use Receipt Jar and also Sping, I believe it's how you pronounce it. Again, links will be down below, but also everything is in my link tree if you need. I will also then scan any beauty products I've bought that week and also scan my groceries. If you're interested in the Lucent beauty panel, you'll need to email me because I need to refer you personally. You can't just sign up, they said to me the other day. So, and I get rewarded for doing both of those. Monday is here, so start of a new week, and I started by going through the pantry and just checking what stock that we have because we have a Coles flyby spend, so I go and I do that. I actually had a list which was really good, and then I was double checking some of the items that were in store and some of the things that were half price. I've talked about this before, but what I do is I have a list of the things that I sort of want or need, but if anything is half price that I haven't managed to see online, then it trumps going in the trolley over everyday things. I parked under the shade because that helps with keeping your car cooler, and then we had lunch at home using up those eggs that I've cooked and also other bits and pieces. I like to eat a pretty basic lunch, so that saves me money as well. In the fridge, I started making bottles of cold water, using up those bottles that I had bought from BWS before and putting them in the freezer so hubby can have something really nice and cold when he gets home, as well as refilling the Super Dupers because that's his treat when he gets home from a massive bike ride from work. My son has lunch at home every day, and then I repurposed the last of the hot dog rolls into pizzas, which made a cool and fun dinner. I sold something on Facebook Marketplace, so I have some more cash, and that's gone into our fruit and veg envelope. And then around 5 p.m. is when the Coles catalogue comes out for the following week. I just took footage from this week to show. But yeah, that's what I do. And then I sit down and I plan for the next week's shop if there's a Coles flyby special. And sometimes I track the specials and things that are happening as well. And that's another thing that I didn't write down about tracking. So there you go. The Weet-Bix containers I often refill. I keep any little scrap bits and then I refill the rest. So they're there easy for people to grab at breakfast. No one's leaving the house to go and buy takeaway or anything like that. But I just find that if things are refilled and they're in the cupboard for easy access, it means people eat. And then the better that they eat that way, the healthier and everything else, they have energy. And so we're not wasting time or money dealing with other issues that come along. I made my own snack bags as well with the chips, and then because I'm always buying markdown milk, I will tend to turn that into chocolate milk. I've got a strawberry Nesquik here that's been in the cupboard forever and a day, so I've been trying to use it up when I remember, but it keeps getting pushed to the back of the cupboard. And then the rest, and also I got this because I wanted to get an amount out of the bottle, so then I could get the Hershey's chocolate syrup and squeeze that in and make chocolate milk, and then that bottle of milk will probably be gone by the next day. So it's great for us the way we've got a cheap milk, and then great for everyone else. It means that they drink milk. From memory, it was going to be hot again this week, so I really didn't want to turn on the oven and actually bake cookies. So I guess that's another saving thing that I thought about. All these things kind of domino down from one another, the original ideas and then all the ways that it benefits. So I made chocolate truffles. I had a little bit of a disaster where I was going, but I was able to save it. So there we go, another tip that I could have done, and then that was also then an extra snack and just something a little bit different rather than just a general packet of biscuits. In the afternoon, I sometimes will do a little bit of deep cleaning, and sometimes this might when I do some filming too for future videos or anything else. I will sit down also and do a whole lot of admin work on a Tuesday afternoon. I will sit there and do any online surveys. I will check my emails. I will check to see if there's any gift cards in there, or to see that I'm just reusing footage from before. I will check any of my reward programs and see where I'm up to and what I still need to do, because I don't want to stuff any of that up, especially the Coles flyby spends. So I want to make sure that I am across that, because the emails are never up to date. I will also sit there and edit YouTube videos like I'm doing now and try and get ahead with everything. Just doing again, use it up with the burger buns and having burgers homemade. I filmed the grocery haul for you to see, so that's frugal for me because it helps me earn a little bit of money. Wednesday, I have taught my Zumba class, and then I check out the free little street library. I'm really wishing I picked up that farmhouse cookbook. If it's back there when I go again, I might pick it up. However, this was actually filmed months ago, so I doubt that that book is there. I don't really need another cookbook, but you know, it's one of those things. I picked up a free packet of chicken. I had done like a mystery shopping job where I had to go in and assess protein on the shelf, so I did that, and then I got refunded. And then I made my own chicken schnitzels using panko breadcrumbs. And I have actually also made my own breadcrumbs with some leftover bread from the bread run, which is another thing that I didn't list here, but things just kept happening. I was filming as much as I could, but it just keeps going on and on. I've reused the Ziploc bags here that we have as well, and some of the in-between lining as well. Things do get washed and then they just get stored away to be used down the track. Wednesday afternoon is the day that I usually do a lot of YouTube filming, and so I just showed the decluttering that I did, because no doubt I would have done this, because all of these, most of the videos that I did, this was all filmed back in January, and it's taken me ages to edit this video. So yes, digging through the freezer again, looking for bits and pieces to try and create a meal and produce some creativity. And also, yeah, just dinner at home. Again, what can I say? We love having dinner at home.
So I added up, there was 80 things here that I consciously was aware of. But if you add up like coffee every day, dinner every day, things like that, it adds up to easily well over 100 things. I think I counted 142. And then there's other things like being at home and doing additional side hustles and earning money and just doing all those things. So it is all the little things all the time. So don't ever think that just a little thing can make a difference. Keep going, because in the end, one day you'll go, I've been actually doing this for ages and I didn't realize. I was surprised at how much I do, because frugal living to us now is just a lifestyle. So that's my challenge for you this week. Maybe add up all the things and see how you go. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.